Giving me something I can feel. Ooh, that was horrible. The main thing I miss is buffalo wings. I really miss buffalo wings. Like when you can just get the tray, like a 10-piece of some fries and some ranch. Blue cheese is nasty. Sorry, let's argue. Let's argue. Blue cheese is nasty. Please, argue. It's like when you get here, it's just like a bit overwhelming. This is Peace the Gypsy checking in, and today I'm here to bring you a very important topic. I think this will be very helpful to a lot of people. Basically, things to know before you come to China. And I have a lot to cover, so I have my handy dandy list here because I don't want to leave anything out. The very first thing I want to address is the visa process. So you can't just hop on a plane and come to China and be like, hey, I'm here. It doesn't work that way. They need to know why you're here, what you're going to be doing here, how long you're going to be staying, and all of this has to be done from your home country before you even come to China. So what you need to do is you need to go to your local Chinese consulate, and did I say that right? Consulate, same thing, consulate, and apply for your Chinese visa. Most people will be applying for a tourist visa. I don't know the costs for like the UK and Canada. I'm pretty sure Canada might be the same as the US, but the cost for the US is $140 US, and it's usually for like a year or two, but recently within the last year or two they added a 10-year tourist visa, so it costs the same. You might as well go ahead and apply for the 10-year tourist visa. That way you can come in and out as many times as you want to. So that's very important. I mean, of course, if you have a layover in Shanghai or a layover in Beijing, this doesn't apply to you. But if you're planning to come to China and be here for more than 24 hours, you need to go ahead and apply before you come to China. The next question I often get is China safe? Yes, China is very safe. There are no guns, citizens can't have guns, the police don't even have guns. The only people that have guns are the military. So you don't have to worry about, getting shot on the street or anything like that. I'm not opposed to guns, but I mean, it just helps you feel a little bit safer. There has not been one day, one moment that I have felt unsafe in China. Every single day of my 9 months in China, I have felt safe. So hope that answers your question. Chinese people are always in a rush. So I've come to find out, there's a stereotype, oh, Asian people can't drive. I disagree. I believe that Asian people really can drive. I just believe that they're always in a rush. So it just makes it seem it's like this panicky, like, I gotta get here, I gotta get here. And for the bus, for example, there will be two of the same bus, like back to back. There'll be an 11 bus and there'll be an 11 bus right behind it. Everybody will jump on the first 11 bus. I will wait. I'm like, these buses are going the same place. It's only going to be like a minute difference. What's a minute going to do? Like, are you in that much of a rush that you can't wait a minute to get on the empty bus? So that's one thing to take into consideration. Transportation is very good here. Very cheap. So I mentioned in one of my other videos that 15 cents can get me all over my city. It's very cheap. Now, as far as the impatience goes, the main thing that bothers me is that there is no line etiquette at all. Like, it's so stressful. Imagine going to the grocery store and you're in line and people keep jumping in front of you in line. Like, this has to be in my top 3 things that aggravate me. Okay, so as far as the language barrier goes, like, yeah, it can be a problem. You want to know just some basic words. Of course, most people know ni hao, xi xie, things like that. But I will tell you this, knowing Mandarin doesn't always help you because there are over 40 dialects in China. They don't even understand each other. Like, if you are a person of color, do not be alarmed. I had to learn this the hard way, okay? You will hear something like this. Woman, nigga. What did you just call me? Sounds like they're calling you the N-word. But you have a phrase, it's basically a filter word, and it sounds like nigga. It sounds like that, but it's basically like them saying and gathering their thoughts. So First time I heard this was from my teenage students, and I was so alarmed. I was like, what the like, these Chinese, like, teenagers did not just call me the N-word. Like, what is going on? And then I had to have one of my fellow teachers who's been here for like 4 years be like, no, it's a filter word. I was about to go off, okay? But yeah, don't be alarmed. Next very important thing, VPN. Oh my gosh, VPN is vital, okay? When you're here, the government here does not allow the citizens to use Western websites. You can't get on Facebook, you can't get on Instagram, you can't even get on, what's that one that everybody's on, Pinterest. You can't get on any of these sites. So what you have to do is you have to purchase a VPN. And this changes your IP address to make it seem like you're in a different country so that you can use these Western sites. Now, I personally don't recommend using free VPNs because what they do in order for it to be free is that they compromise your security and your information is given out to a lot of different, it's not worth it. Just go ahead and purchase a VPN for however long you're going to stay. You can do a month to month. You can purchase it for a year, which is usually cheaper, or 6 months, whatever. Black taxis. So you're a foreigner, you're in China. I hate to say this, I hate to break it to you, but they're going to try to get over on you. So they have black taxis, which will basically cost you 3, 4, 5 times worth what a normal taxi ride would cost you. Now, what you need to make sure is whenever you get into a taxi, make sure there's a meter, because otherwise they're just going to come up with some ridiculous price, and if you don't really know the language, then of course you're just going to have to pay up because you don't know how to like argue or whatever. There's a lack of variety with food, and this is kind of expected. You're in China. Also, fun fact, a lot of Western Chinese food is not real Chinese food. I came to China the first time, I was like, yeah, let me get that orange chicken. Yeah, let me get that sweet and sour chicken. They're like, that's not real Chinese food. My heart was broken. So yeah, just know that it's a lot of just noodles and rice, noodles and rice. In my town specifically, we have KFC, which is trash. We have Pizza Hut, which is trash. We have Burger King, which is trash. And we have McDonald's, which surprisingly is good. But I think it's because me personally, McDonald's in the States is trash. And last time I ate it was like maybe 5 years ago. The public toilets, pretty much anywhere you go, it's not a toilet. It's a hole in the ground with a little porcelain around it to make it look elegant or something. But no, it's a freaking hole. So be prepared to squat. Do your squats. Do your squats before you come to China, because you will be squatting. You will be squatting. Get that. Hygiene. Hygiene is very different here in China. You'll notice there's no soap in the bathrooms, which should really make you feel like a bit germophobic. I've never felt germophobic until I came to China, because I always have to carry around my own soap, which is something you might want to do, at least some hand wipes or something, because if they even do wash their hands, they just rinse them, and that's not washing. Ladies, if you use tampons, you need to stock up before you come, because I'm not saying it's impossible to find tampons, but it's like a needle in a haystack. Chinese women do not use tampons, so you may be able to find it if you can find a Walmart or if you can find a Tesco. You may be able to find some tampons, but it's going to be expensive. So I knew when I came back to China, I had like my 3 boxes of tampons ready to go. Ret to go. I don't play those games. I can't be sitting around in a pad. It makes me feel very angry. So yeah, just keeping you prepared. So kind of in the same category as hygiene, if you get an apartment here, just know that the standards are not the same as for cleanliness as back home. Perfect example, my first apartment was an older one. Obviously, I never filmed in it because I was embarrassed. It did have a bathtub though, which is very rare. Usually very expensive places have bathtubs, but I had to bleach it 3 times before I felt comfortable even standing in it. It's kind of like they market everything as is. Like, you know, back home, if you're getting an apartment, they're gonna like clean the carpet, everything is gonna be fresh for the most part. Even if they got roaches, you're not gonna know that they got roaches until living there for like a couple weeks and you'd be like, damn, we got roaches. Because they cover that shit up. They try to make it presentable, right? Here, nah, man. Like, what you see is what you get. You know, you may have a dirty tub, you may have a dirty sink, you may just have dirt and stuff on the floor like when you come in. So yeah, it's quite an interesting experience. Every single foreigner that I know has had this issue where they've had to really clean up before they felt like comfortable, you know. So yeah, I feel like I touched everything. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you. I know it's been maybe a month since I filmed a video, so yeah, I'm trying to get back on it, and I will see you guys later. Bye.